My name is Leonardo Ortiz.
My name is Tanner Spivey. Today we'll be learning about mystery writings. And we use this book,
And we're going to present you two of these stories.
The Uninvited Guest, and Mr. Linden's Library.
Mr. Linden's Library by Madison Bowman. Creak went the library door as the cold air whooshed into Claire's face. She stepped onto the ugly brown rug and walked around to the shelves packed full with books. Yet Claire didn't know the book she was about to get was the worst book ever. Really chilly in here, she thought. It almost seemed like the air was wrapped around her in an icy hug. Claire strolled along thinking a good book would be the best part of the day. It was a nice library. The shelves were sleek and shiny after being dusted. The sun shone cheerfully through the multicolored windows, and there were eye-catching watercolor paintings everywhere. Paintings of people, and lots of them were of plants. All the books about plants were on the way back. The sign that said plants was old and rusty, and the shelf looked like a dust rag. Ew, Claire thought to herself. Though the shelves weren't the best looking, the books were the most beautiful. Each one had a tightly bound leather cover and a beautiful picture trimmed with gold. After looking at a couple, she gently slid out the book on poison ivy. Perfect, she accidentally said out loud. She quickly ran up to the front desk. The librarian was tall and lanky. He had a thin mustache and his name tag stated, Mr. Linden, in official letters. He cooed. Looks like you found the perfect. He stopped short. You can't buy that book, he now had a gruff voice. Why? Claire questioned. Because it's not for sale, he hissed. But it was on a shelf, she said. It's too dangerous, he absently stated. That's unfair, Claire yelled. Fine, he said, but don't say I didn't warn you. On the way home, Claire glanced at the book. I can't wait to read this when I get home, she thought. At bedtime, Claire grabbed hastily for her reading light on her nightstand after her mom tucked her in. She opened the book and started to read. Soon Claire was drifting off on a wave of sleep. She left the book wide open, awoke to the sound of scraping and scratching. She gasped as her heart flew up through her throat. Poison ivy was everywhere, wrapped all around her bed and crawling up her covers. Beads of sweat were collecting on her forehead. She raced out of her sheets and leaped out of her bed and onto the floor. She ran out of her room, swallowing her screams. The vine seemed to follow her. She raced toward the basement. She heard the vine crashing behind her. She sprinted to the kitchen, now buckets of sweat and tears streaming down her face. The vine picked up dishes and frisbeed them towards her. The vine heaved the dish and it crashed onto the floor, and a sharp piece of the plate bounced up into Claire's leg. The jolt of pain flared up her leg, causing blood to seep out. She cried out, but her mom was deep asleep after a long day of work. She stumbled to keep going when she finally reached the basement. She locked the door behind her and forgot to turn on the light. She bit her lip and pulled out the piece of plate, ran into a corner and hid. She tried to decrease the shallow breaths that went in and out like a heartbeat. She swore she saw the doorknob turn. The door slowly slid open, and the vine creeped down the stairs. It found her sooner than she thought. She was so weak she had to let it grasp her. It wrapped around her slowly. Slowly she lost grip on her breath. No, she uttered. Then everything went dark.